So in evolution of the 718 track specific build, if those of you who've ever tracked a day out there understand how hot things actually get, not only tires and brakes, but the engine compartment. And for the 718, if you've tracked 718 before, you know how hot that whole engine compartment transmission area gets, especially with the bumper cover being such a parachute and literally holding in all that heat after a session, even with a cool down lap. Ambient temperatures depending, right? So what we're going to do here, I've already removed the heat shield. I cheated and did a copy of this already, and I ordered an extra rear diffuser off of eBay, and it did not come, the first one did not come with the little ribs in the back, or the structure, the bones if you will. So what I'm going to do is put this guy back on, and it's just a brace that gets bolted in right here under the inside, and this actually used to be up like this. So remove the heat shield, move that out of the way, and we're going to put back the support structure to give it some rigidity. And I'm going to show you here in a hot second what that looks like currently without this installed. So our implementation devices here for this mod is of course an extra. This is a non-GTS rear valance or diffuser-ish, if you will. So we're going to cut holes out of that. To continue on with our track specific build, we're going to give the 718 some cooling out the rear diffuser. So what I've done is I've ordered an extra rear diffuser because I don't know if you've heard in any of the videos prior to, all of the mods that I've done on the car are completely reversible. Now, I did have to cut the carpet to put the harness bar in. I was not happy about that. I think that is the only thing that I cannot possibly reverse. I'd have to buy some new carpet. Anyway, so I've done one of these already, and I bought a replacement rear diffuser off of eBay. However, it did not come with the backbones, the support structure for rigidity, and I currently have one on there without that backbone and without this bracket that supports that. And that bracket goes right here on the back side, goes right back up there and provides more rigidity, right? So I will show you what that looks like without the support here in a moment. So in removing and getting some more air, I removed the heat shield, and it's only just a couple of bolts. It's no problem at all, and you can actually pull this out without pulling the rear valance off and without removing the exhaust. You just got to finagle it out of there a little bit. So what we're doing is, I think I stole this from eMotion. I saw them do this to a 911. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out holes here, and I'm going to fill that gap with handy dandy $3.50 screen material from your local hardware store, box store. And how we're going to put that in is, if you've ever messed with vinyl siding before, you recognize exactly what this is. So what I did on the previous model is I 3M'd sections of this material here and literally just slid the grate material right up in there, and it held it beautifully. So I'm gonna do it again a second time. Oh, I'll just throw that down with the ribs, and I'm gonna cut out what I don't need, and we'll see how this goes. So let me show you what it currently looks like. As promised, this is my current setup and iteration number 1. I don't know if I'll be able to get underneath and show you the lack of the structure support. However, what I want to demonstrate was, and I get down here low, is the slightest bit of movement here. You can probably see it better this way. So this movement will actually loosen your screws, your fasteners, right? And not only those, but down here, you can, well, let's see if you can see it better. You can see how much that moves. So that will actually loosen these fasteners here and cause this whole thing to come apart. And the reason why these holes are here is because I had little ribs inside here, but there was so much aerodynamic force acting on here and vibrating this joker, these things actually came loose and I was losing hardware. So I'm going to do my best to reinstall the support structure behind this guy and see if we can't improve it and go from there. Let's get after it. First thing first, so if you're doing this, you are certainly not after making this a beauty queen. So this is my implementation of destruction here. I love my Craftsman cutoff saw. I use it for everything. It's actually a stinking metal cutting disc, but we're cutting plastic. So real thing to point out here is the sensor bracket, the motion sensor, whatever, detection sensor, right, for the back. So that sticks down a little bit here. So all I did was draw a freehand line a little below that so I don't get into that mounting bracket for the sensor, and just come along this radius. Now I'm going to go along the inside of this radius this time and try the Dremel tool to make it a little prettier. I was a little Frankenstein on the first one, and we'll see how it goes, especially this radius here. This is really tight. So after I get the back cut out, I'll just Dremel it out. Safety tip on this one: if you've ever burned Army men as a child and got that molten plastic on you, guess what? You're gonna get it again. So you know how hot molten plastic is and how it goes against the bare skin. Let's do it. Phase 1 done. Yeah, boy, that was some hot ass plastic. So here's the little pieces that came out of there. Actually, I think it's, anyway, don't matter. That's the back side. So yeah, there we go. All right. Anyway, those are done. We don't need those anymore. They're done. So now what we have to do is line up and snap back in our rib structure and see where we need to cut and trim. And I have my Dremel with the little cutoff wheel on it, and let's try it out, see what we get. I'm gonna snap it in and see where we need to cut.